Hello, gorgeous lady. So we tend to feel like if we put something down, the world is going to fall apart. And it's really our fear. It's really, really not true. I know it's not. I've gone through this process myself. So I first want to clear that out of the way that really, if you don't, I don't know, if you don't wash the dishes, at some point, someone's going to wash the dishes. If you don't do the laundry, at some point, your husband's going to be like, I guess I need to put in a load. Okay. There are things that like we really need to relearn behaviors and kind of in a gentle, loving way, train our husbands that like, he can step into, and I'm not always going to do the thing. If I am the only one who always does the laundry, if I always do the laundry, then my husband's not going to even think about it. When I don't put in a load for like a week, and that happens to me, it's something that's like, I don't know, sometimes I have a block with, then he got used to just putting in loads of laundry, and, you know, it could come, I just want to think about like a scenario, you know, your husband can be like, hey, what's going on? Why is there no laundry? And you're like, I just feel like I'm at my max. Like I haven't been able to do it. I haven't felt, you know, I haven't had the energy for it. Can you put in a load? I'd love that so much. Okay. So there could be like a little bit of a change friction. But it's worth just being steady with yourself and asking for what you need and what you need support in and letting that go. Okay. So what else do I want to talk about today? Okay. So we want more emotional intimacy in our lives, right? More emotional connection. We want to feel not alone. Part of feeling not alone, part of not carrying all the weight on our shoulders is also when we feel connected, right? When we feel connected, we feel lighter. We feel like there's someone else here that he can maybe do something. He can carry the weight, whether it's again physical or emotional. And one thing that I want to share with you today is in order to have our men, our husbands open up to that and have that emotional connection, then they can't be managed. And I'm going back to the part of we don't want to be in that position of mothers, of telling them what's right and what's wrong and how things should be done and criticize and remind and always see the negative, okay? We tend to see the negative. We have expectations. We tend to see the other person, not necessarily as a person, not really as him, but the way we want him to show up, the way we feel that we need him to show up. It's not fair if he doesn't show up like that. We feel like, you know, you are required to fill my needs in a certain way, and those things just push him away. So in order to bring him closer, we need to work on softening, on like literally the motion is opening up, right? Opening up, letting go of some control, trusting him, believing in him, and expressing appreciation. A man will stand up straight when you tell him, hey, thank you so much for bathing the kids. You have so much patience for them. And it was so nice that I was able to do something else or take a shower, or read a book or whatever it is. When you're asking him to step into a position for you to help you to take something off your shoulders, I want you to then really use your words in a smart way and appreciate him in a real deep way. And when he hears that, he stands up taller. He goes, oh, wow, that makes her happy. Oh, wow, I'm giving to her and she's receiving. Let's come back to this giving and receiving and you being a queen. When are you a queen? When are you in your element? When you are happy, when you are able to take what he gives you. And I want to challenge you to really look at your life and notice the things that your husband is trying to give you or is giving already and his strong points and compliment them and say something. This could really be like a spark to reopen up your connection and strengthen your connection, whether you are having a hard time or you just want to grow. Use your words in a smart way. Tell him, hey, I notice how hard you work for us. I know that sometimes I complain that you don't have time to be home, but you know, I know that you're doing it for us and I really want you to know that I appreciate you and that I see you. And he might not say a single word, but inside he's going to feel connected to you. He's going to feel, wow, my wife sees me. And when you are able to step into that yourself without waiting for him to come first and give that care and show that openness, and also in order to lighten the load, in order to feel better, sometimes we really need to give things over. And I will say, sometimes it's not to our husbands, sometimes it's hiring help. Okay, lightening the load on your shoulders for yourself. Like figure out, what do I have to do, what I don't, what could somebody else do, what could my husband do, right? Sometimes they're busy, sometimes it's certain parts are not their thing, but we can encourage them gently and show them the appreciation when they do. And it's just going to make them want to do more and be closer to us, because if when they try, we receive and we accept, even if it's receiving an apology sometimes, okay, receiving something that a gift that isn't perfect, or if the flowers were bought and I don't like them, but still receiving and seeing the effort of him trying to put down his phone, acknowledging it, that can really make you feel like, I'm not here alone, and bring that spark back to you together. If you like this and you want more, you want to really understand how to transform your life and your marriage so that you can live in a different reality, in a reality where you're supported, where your husband takes care of you, where you feel cared for, where you really are able to take these ideas and make them real in your life, then I want you to join the Tanya Code to Marriage. We are starting March 9th, and we are going to have a couple classes, take a break for Pesach, so don't worry about the Pesach thing. It's really life-changing, and I can tell you that there are women who join who have a good relationship and want better, and they really achieve such incredible results and such incredible closeness. And then there are also women who are really, really struggling who join, and they are also able to finally find relief and finally feel their connection and their love and the attraction come back. And I can tell you that I've had There are so many stories, I'm not going to get into it, but we're really women from all over the spectrum, because when we learn the tools, when we get this deeper understanding, when we learn to really also heal the parts of ourselves that are showing up and creating distance in our marriage, then the doors are open, and it's really priceless. I have gone through it myself, and I know how incredible this is, and I want to invite you to join me. I hope you do, and if you are interested, then please send me a message. Have a great rest of your week.